And welcome to Heritage High School boys basketball. It is Denbigh versus Heritage in a city showcase. Hi again, everybody. I'm Greg Bicaveras. Welcome to Prep Basketball here in Newport News. Back-to-back games at Heritage with Nate Milton, like always. Nate, when you talk about these teams, first of all, for Denbigh, they're just trying to get some wins back-to-back.
Yeah, Denbigh's a youthful team, and we're going to try to come out here and see if they can establish themselves against a very tough challenge in this Heritage Hurricane squad.
Heritage needs to keep the intensity for 32 minutes.
Yeah, that's one of the big sticking points for Coach Gardner and these Hurricanes. They have to finish the thing. They have to run through the tape, as it were, and finish out these games. And I'm interested to see, can they do that against a very game Denbigh team tonight?
Very good. Denbigh will be wearing the blue. Heritage will be wearing the white. Of course, Heritage coached by Mike Gardner. Denbigh by Nicholas Chamblee, who went to Hampton High School.
Yeah.
Learned a lot from Walter Brower.
Yeah, just a young gentleman. We had a chance to talk to him before the game tonight, Greg. I was really impressed with the young coach. So we'll see how things go tonight.
Let's let the public address announcer do his thing for a second. Enjoy the ambiance, folks.
We will have the strong lineups momentarily. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the game.
And the officials, of course. Mike Powers, Steve Perry. And they're talking to the scoreboard table right now.
All right, now introducing your visitor.
Now the lineup. Enjoy it.
Number 2, Jabari Wilkins. Number 5, Davis Terrell. Number 20, Denbigh Belfield. Number 24, CJ Scott. Number 32, Nasir Irvin. 44. And now, stand up and make some noise for your Hurricane. Number 0, Amari Lee. Number 3, Chico Dolan. Number 5, Whitney Warner. Number 23, Robel Lizard. And number 34, Sincere Johnson. Make some noise.
Nate, what are the keys for Denbigh?
I think the keys for Denbigh, Greg, they got to come out and they've got to be proactive. You know, it's something we talk about all the time. They've got to come out and really push the tempo against a very strong Heritage Hurricane squad.
Powers, Perry, Thomas, the officials. And for the Hurricanes.
I think for the Hurricanes, they're a bit more seasoned. You know, they've got a little bit more experience, and Coach Gardner certainly has more coaching experience than his counterpart, Chamblee, on the Denbigh side. So I think if you're Heritage Hurricanes, you want to come out, defend your home court, play very tough on the inside.
Fazoli's, they feed our crew, let them feed you. Thank you, Michelle. 11739 Jefferson Avenue, Newport News.
Absolutely, folks. Fazoli's, they feed our crew, let them feed yours. And let me tell you, there is nothing like pizza and basketball. They go together like peas and carrots, Jordan.
Like peanut butter and jelly, man. I can't wait for this game to get started.
Absolutely right, my friend. It's going to be a fun game, folks.
3 officials tonight. They play 8 minutes total in each quarter. Glad you're with us. Trying to get the fans involved here in the text contest. Live basketball right here. We're live.
Nothing like live sports, my friend.
In Heritage. Denbigh with the ball in the blue uniforms. I like the energy level early on. For Denbigh, they got Wilkins, number 2, Scott, Belfield, Tunnel, out there respectively. And Chanot.
This is going to be an up and down, back and forth game, Greg, as we see both teams, having that enthusiasm ready to come out here in the beginning of the game. Love what I'm seeing so far, the intensity.
All right, Michelle Price checking this out. Thank you so much, Michelle. Wonderful Menchville graduate. Working the admin building, doing a great job for so many years. 2-2 the score in the first quarter. Glad you're with us. Always a pleasure to bring you prep sports here on nnpstv.com. Support the student athletes, not only in high school, but elementary school, middle school as well.
Yeah, it's part of, academics, athletics, activities. We always talk about it on these broadcasts, Greg, but it's not just a catchphrase. It is actually what's going on here in the Newport News school system. So many great young men and women who are achieving things in the classroom and also on the court.
2-2 the score. If you're just watching now, Coach Gardner is not out there for Heritage. Coach Gardner is not out there for Heritage. Here come the Hurricanes. 6:25 left.
There you see kind of the inexperience. Both of the teams kind of getting a little loosey-goosey with the basketball right there. You got to hold on to that pumpkin.
Two all to score. Here comes Denbigh. And the nice layup right there is good by the Patriots.
Jakari Wilkins going coast to coast, Greg. Got the steal and turned it into 2 points.
Heritage with the ball in the white uniforms, get it stolen away by Denbigh. Denbigh with the Denbigh shirt across. Denbigh's had some great coaches over the years like Phil Forbes and Dennis Katufis, Brian Weaver, Jerry Ferrier. Of course, now coached by Nicholas Chambly. They've had great players in the past like Sam Steen. Heritage, of course, had great coaches like Dennis Katufis. Now Mike Gardner. Their signature player was Bruce Royal. Denbigh's off to a nice start.
Denbigh did not come around to play this game, Greg. And you mentioned Coach Katufis. I think it's fitting that you brought his name up because he has such a connection to both of these schools here. One of the great coaches in Newport News school history.
He coached both of these schools. Denbigh in the blue uniforms. Athletic director, of course, Brian Weaver, AD for Heritage, Dwayne. .5:30 left in the first quarter. Heritage trying to take it to the glass. Shot selection, attack the glass, transition, play your game, not the opponent, focus and intensity, and of course focus on the now. Also for Denbigh.
Yeah, I was going to say, for Denbigh, to me, Greg, it comes down to possession, ball control. You want to limit the turnovers because mistakes can cost you, and it's about bench support. Like we saw in that first game with the girls, one of the things that really hurt Denbigh, they didn't have a lot of depth.
Lou without the ball, of course, crashed the boards. At the free throw line is number 5 for Heritage, Woodard, respectively.
Nez Woodard, kid's got a lot of hops on him, a lot of athletic ability in that young man right there. But Denbigh so far early on has been pretty impressive the way they have pressed the action. Darius Tunnel and Jakari Wilkins directing traffic. I've been really impressed with the intensity so far early on by the Denbigh Patriots.
Outside jumper is up and it's good. Downtown, number 5 for Denbigh.
Well, he came from downtown. It's fitting because it's Darius Tunnel. He took the tunnel to get here, Greg. Denbigh.
He didn't take 664 or 64.
Denbigh looking really good so far here in the early going.
Up 10-2. Heritage a little flat without their head coach, Mike Gardner. That's a big void, too.
Yeah, the coach is that leadership figure. He's the backbone of the team.
And nice shot there again by Woodard.
Woodard doing his best, though, to try to pick up the Heritage Hurricanes.
And it gets poked in the face. That's number 23, Blizzard. Got to watch those fingers, too.
Wow, good give and go up underneath by the Heritage Hurricane. You mentioned Blizzard. He had a really good game the last time out against Woodside here on these broadcast streets, if you will. Yes, good hustle, good effort by Travell Blizzard.
And Coach Scott subbing for Coach Gardner.
And like you said, Greg, that's a big loss. Anytime your head coach is not there, but I'm sure Coach Scott is going to do his best to step into the shoes of Mike Gardner tonight.
A little over 4 minutes. Glad you're with us. Greg Bickaveris, Nate Milton, and Jordan.
Wow, another shot by the Denbigh Patriots. Darius Tunnel from way downtown. I've been really impressed with the intensity that Denbigh has showed early on, Greg.
13-7, the Patriots lead. There you see right there the head coach for Denbigh, Nicholas Chambly, went to Hampton High School, learned a lot from Walter Brower. Had great rivalries against Bethel, Phoebus, and Kecoughtan when he was in school.
Good young coach trying to bring some stability to the Patriots.
Denbigh with the ball. Glad you're with us live. Outside jumper is way off. Here comes the Tony Vincent fast break. Here we go. In honor of Tony from St. Vincent's. Who still gives me nightmares. Number 23, Blizzard.
Travell Blizzard. And how fitting is it, Greg, that Travell Blizzard does a tribute to the Iceman George Gervin with the finger roll on that fast break.
There's Coach Scott with the brown suit. Ealing.
And like you said, he's got some big shoes to fill for Coach Gardner. And there you see his counterpart on the other side, Nicholas Chambly.
NC.
I've been really impressed with Chambly early on.
Like his
Greg.
poise. Love it. He's a basketball junkie. You got to be the coach basketball.
Yeah.
There's really no gray area.
You got to live it, breathe it, sleep it, eat it. Basketball is your life, and he's doing a great job with these young men for the
Denbigh likes the motion offense, the man-to-man defense. Strength is the athleticism. Weakness, learning how to close games.
Yep.
For Heritage, they have the motion offense, man defense, perimeter plays the strength. Weakness has been the post. That's according to Coach Gardner himself.
And it makes sense that Denbigh's weakness would be closing out games because they are still a pretty young team.
Nice shot there by the Patriots. We're live on Cox Cable 47-517, NNPSTV.com. Tell your friends right now to watch us. And a missed layup there by the Hurricanes. Here at Heritage, it's always tough to win on the road.
It is, but Denbigh is doing a great job being proactive and being aggressive and bringing the fight to the Hurricane.
Outside jumper is up, and it's good by Lee.
That is Amari Lee, and he really is kind of the calming force, the balancing influence for the Heritage Hurricanes, and he's going to be the guy to help this team kind of get back on track.
Denbigh with some great uniforms, blue uniforms. Same with Heritage, the white. 8-minute quarters, prep basketball. Like we said during the girls' game, we're trying to do a tally of all-time games we've done since the 91-92 season.
He saw Sincere Sumter get hung up right under the basket.
And a nice block by number 5, Woodard.
Woodard has been showing out early on in this game, Greg. Woodard and Lee, to me right now, are the pulse for the Heritage Hurricanes basketball team.
So we get some crowd shots. There you go. All engaged and excited about the game.
About a little bit more full than during the girls' game. It's about, bringing that community out and celebrating these young men and their accomplishments out here on the court.
Always an event when we come out. We know it. We appreciate it. And our good friends at Fazoli's. 1:20 left till the first quarter ends. And we'll have a halftime spotlight as well. Ray did a great job of those spotlights. Sometimes the spotlights are more exciting than the games are.
I'm telling you, I cannot wait to see the spotlight at halftime. But we got a lot more game before we even get to that point, Greg. These have been two teams that have been pretty evenly matched so far early on.
High school basketball right here on Cox Cable 47-517, NNPSTV.com, where as my niece says, I saw you inside the TV.
Doesn't she know Uncle Greg lives in the TV?
I guess so. Nate lives in the computer.
There you go. Hey, you can watch this on the TV, on the computer, on the laptop.
How those glasses treat you?
I love my glasses. Being able to see, especially when you're watching action like this, is always a good thing.
16-12, Denbigh up by 4 on the road in the blue. Outside jumper is up, no good. 3 officials again, respectively. Powers, Perry, and Thomas. Heritage Denbigh. 2 opposite ends of the city, but it's still a good rivalry.
Yeah, this might not be as intense a rivalry as Heritage Woodside, which we brought to you last week, but it's still a very powerful rivalry and 2 teams that want to make a statement.
Denbigh, Warwick, and Menchfield, the traditional schools, and Woodside Heritage, the newer schools. There's the Tony Vincent fast break. It's blocked. Tony from St. Vincent's fast break is blocked.
Man.
And the give and go is good by number 10, respectively, for Denbigh. That's Gilliam.
What a sequence of events. We had the block on the defensive end, and it turned into a fast break, like you said, Greg, and Denbigh able to get some points out of that exchange.
Final few seconds left in the first quarter. 18-12. Denbigh. Heritage doing the LeBron James impersonation. Outside jumper, it's no good. All right, the quarter is over. Denbigh's up by 6. We'll be back after these messages. All right, back right here live on TV. 18-12. Denbigh showed a lot of energy. Let's take a look at it.
Yeah, this was a big-time play right here, folks. You think Heritage is out to the races. Amari Lee's coming up for the shot, and there you see, out of nowhere, we get a great defensive play by the Denbigh Patriots. And that, to me, Greg, has been the story of the first half. The intensity and the aggressiveness of Denbigh. We see it again here on the offensive end. Nice up and in move, and there you see the follow-through. Denbigh, to me, is showing a lot of heart right now.
I think they're all trying to get on Ray Price's spotlight. That's what it is.
They know when Ray Price is in town, something good is about to go down. We brought the lights and the camera. These young men are bringing the action on the court.
We got sports highlights, now we got spotlight. Hey, Milton's waiting to be in one spotlight. All right, folks, we're in the second quarter. High energy game here. Denbigh up by 6. What are the keys for both teams? For Denbigh, I guess they want to sustain.
Yeah, I think the key for Denbigh is you have to sustain this aggressiveness. You have to keep the pedal to the metal, as it were, Greg. But for Heritage, I think they've got to slow things down. They got to slow this pace down. I don't think they want to keep engaging in this back and forth running gun game with the Denbigh Patriots. Slow it down, wear them out, and play some tough defense.
Remember, there's no shot clock in high school boys basketball in the peninsula. Great city rivalry here from a beautiful gym. Denbigh, I love their energy. They're smiling, having a great time. I love the kid smile on his face. That was Gilliam, number 10.
It's a really great effort by Gilliam.
Denbigh's really hustling. Hustle and energy means so much desire, focus, off-season conditioning, weight training. That weight training helps you with those offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and that's the one weakness, like you mentioned, Greg. One of the weaknesses for Heritage has been in the post. They haven't been able to bully people down in the post. And again, we see another score on the inside for Denbigh. And that goes back to that weight training, like you mentioned, to help you out down on the blocks.
Heritage going left to right in the white uniforms. We'll get on the floor in a moment. Outside jumper. And a good steal by Denbigh. Keep your eye on number 24, Scott, right there. Scott's got it. That's what I mean, the hustle. And here comes Heritage the other way. And the give and go is good.
Nice up and down, back and forth action here. good hustle by Heritage. But Denbigh, to me, has been really impressive so far, Greg.
All right, text us a shout-out right now at 757-291-4234. Tell us your first name, where you're watching. There's right there, Coach Chamblee.
There you go. Maybe you're in Raleigh, Coach Chamblee's former stomping ground. You can give us a shout-out on the text line.
Coach Scott.
You see Coach Scott, 757-291-4234. Let us know your name and where you're hitting us up from, and we'll give you a shout-out.
Tell us your first name. 757-291-4234 live from Heritage High School Newport News on this January 30th. This month's almost over.
The year has gone by so fast, Greg. We are already headed towards February. I'm excited to see what is to come. We got one more game left with Menchville and Gloucester in February, plus Black Panthers coming out, so I can't wait for that. All right, this is primetime action, folks, live and direct here. And again, give us a shout-out. Text us, 757-291-4234. Let us know your first name and where you're from. We'll give you a shout-out.
On this January 30th, Denbigh at the line, they miss. Greg Bickaberis, Nate Milton, glad you're with us.
That's right. If you're calling and if you're texting anytime after January 30th, please don't, because the lines will be closed.
Of course, the encore games on Fridays are always special, too.
Yeah, you know, I hear from a lot of the players, you know, that go back and watch the encore presentations of the game because it gives them a bit of a chance to not only see themselves on TV, but it gets some insight on how they played that game. So, you know, not only for the fans and the community watching, but also for the players as well. It's really nice for them to get to see themselves out there on the court.
25-16, in and out for Heritage. Ice buckets right now. Much needed shot there by number 24. Respectively, that was Whitley.
The big-time bucket for the Hurricanes. They don't want to let this lead get too far out of hand for the Denbigh Patriots. They got to keep them close. I think if they can keep them within 10 points, that's a manageable deficit for the Heritage Hurricanes.
We're live right now, Newport News, on this January 30th. Nice spin-around move, but too much back and forth there. You can't fool the referees or officials.
Number 5, Darius Tunnel, called for that infraction.
Nice pass, but a miss. Nate, who do you like in Super Bowl?
I tell you what, Greg, as much as I don't like them, I think the Patriots are going to win. Like, I don't like New England, but I do respect them. I think Philly has had a great season, but without Carson Wentz, that makes a big difference to me. Nick Foles is a good backup, but he's not going to win you a Super Bowl.
Very good, Denbigh with the ball.
Who you got, Greg?
Patriots, who else?
It's inevitable.
And the give and go is no good. Follow-up is blocked. There's our buddy Dunlop. We're live at Heritage High School in Newport News. Give us a shout out. Tell us your first name. Text us. And the layup is good by number 20.
Man.
That's Belfield.
Belfield with a good job right there, but they went right from the score on the other end for Heritage. They didn't take any time in transition. They got the ball down the court, 2 or 3 quick passes, and they got another score. I'm liking this offense right now by the Denbigh Patriots. The motion offense by Coach Chamblee is not giving Heritage any time to rest.
No breathing room at all. It's like a track meet. A little hesitation. Sometimes you need to take a timeout and reset a little bit. It's not a 50-yard dash.
No, it is a marathon, not a sprint, even though these guys are running up and down the court at tremendous speed, my friend.
All right, we're getting our text contest. Let's welcome one of our viewers tonight. People are just getting off work, having a little dinner, having a little facilities. All right, this is Julian Andreas Wiggins. He's watching in Hampton, proud alum of 2009. Shout out to Jordan Boone. He is proud of you. Thank you very much to our viewers, our prime-time viewers.
There you go.
Again, thank you to Julian.
Shout out to you, Julian. And nothing like primetime sports. And Nothing like this area, Hampton Roads and their sports. And again, folks, if you want to shout out like Julian, give us a text, 757-291-4234. Again, 757-291-4234. It's his prime time, folks. This is live sporting action. You can't get this anywhere else tonight.
No MMA action tonight. This is live high school basketball. Greg Bickaveris, Nate Milton, glad you're with us. And our entire crew. We'll get to our crew in the fourth quarter. They do a great job, double headers. Led by Ray Price and Greg Lesko. January 30th, we are live tonight. Text us at 757-291-4234. Tell us your name, where you're calling from, what city you're in.
Jakari Williams told you where he was calling from right there, Greg. He was calling from downtown.
And we are downtown.
We will accept the charges for that collect call.
3:10 left till halftime. We have our spotlight coming up as well, and that's going to be on Clint Scott.
And speaking of spotlights, we got highlights, Greg. Sports highlights. You can watch it Mondays at 7 a.m., 2 p.m., and 7 p.m., and also Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m. right here on Cox Channel 47 and Verizon Fios 17.
Yep. People watching us in Hampton all over the place. NNPSTV.com. Special shout out to Satrina and Chris James and Beth Scott as well.
This has been a really entertaining game so far. Much different pace than we saw with the girls' game earlier, where it was a little bit more methodical, a little bit more of a half-court game.
Here's to that second chance effort, and it's good by Boone.
Nice job inside by Jordan Boone, using his strength to get there, get the rebound, and go back up for the second chance opportunity.
(30-22). Still plenty of time left. We're in Newport News, Virginia tonight. Denbigh on the road from Denbigh Boulevard. Nice give and go by 24. That's Scott.
Scott has gotten a couple nice baskets tonight. I really like the balance of the offense here by the Denbigh Patriots.
And he's our spotlight too as well. Well deserved.
It makes sense. I think Clint Scott knew that he was going to be the spotlight, so he's like, I got to show out tonight because I'm going to be here, the spotlight at halftime, so I want people to know who I am, know my number, know my name.
I guess the public's all waiting to know who the spotlight will be at Menchville next week. Our big game next week with Gloucester and Menchville. We're doing that in honor of Ben Moore, the late Ben Moore.
Yes.
Ben Moore, who coached at Warwick and Menchville.
A great man, not only just a great coach, but a great human being who will be missed.
May his memory be eternal. We really do miss Ben.
I've been really impressed with the way Denbigh's attacked the basket so far tonight, Greg.
34-23, absolutely, Nate Milton. 11-point lead on the road for the Patriots, coached by Nicholas Chambly. And Dunlop, not the tire, not the tennis racket.
That's our man right there, Mr. Intensity, Tico Dunlap. He brings a little bit of a spark to this Heritage offense.
Excellent reverse layup by who else? Gilliam.
Man, Denbigh is putting on a show. Heritage, if Heritage has any shot in this game, Greg, they got to find a way to keep Denbigh away from that lane.
We're going to get the fans involved in the game. Great pass. Off the glass, no good.
I like that the refs are letting them play inside.
Yeah, love it, love it, love it, love it. Dunlap throws it inside, foul. All right, fans at home, get those phones out. I know you live on them. Text us at 757-291-4234. We're in prime time. Tell us your name and where you're watching, what city. 757-291-4234. Just text us your first name. If you don't want to put your first name, use a fake name.
There you go. Use an alias.
We'll give you a shout out regardless.
Again, and while we have a chance, Greg, shout out to our men and women in uniform all over the world that are able to watch. And, for all that they do to protect us and protect the freedoms of this great country. Shout out to all of you for doing what you do.
129, 36-27 lead on the road for the Patriots. Second meeting of the year. Trying to even it up. Great graphics by our crew. We'll get to them in the fourth quarter. Outside jumper is off. Trying to do the Tony from St. Vincent's fast break. Can he execute it? No. And just for the public to know, Tony used to play Pee Wee basketball for St. Vincent's. He used to play at the Armory in great places like Heidenwood Presbyterian. And Tony would either throw the ball or be on the reception end from one of the receivers, on the backcourt from St. Vincent's, but he'd always find a way to shoot it.
And again, when you need a player like that, like Tony, to press the tempo, especially when you've got some great athletes out there. So, yes, that is why we have the Tony from St. Vincent fast break of the game, folks, if you were curious.
That's a legendary thing here now. That's a big honor.
And Denbigh has had a lot of fast breaks tonight. I think that's been the key to the game, just their aggressiveness, Greg.
Absolutely. They should have named the fast break after Tony because either he would throw the ball or be at the basket waiting for the ball to be thrown.
One way or another, we're going to run with it.
Tony's either going to pass it or he's going to shoot it, one of the two. And it was going to be a layup, a duck shot. All right, less than a minute left till halftime. Greg Bickaveras, Nate Milton, 10-point lead for Denbigh on the road. Denbigh playing great basketball tonight. The girls from Heritage won the earlier game. Heritage boys won the first time they played. Outside jumper, off. Denbigh playing some excellent basketball tonight in the blue. Regina's watching in California, Regina Price.
Shout out to Regina and everybody out there on the West Coast.
You can watch us on nnpstv.com.
Sure, Regina didn't have to worry about snow today.
No. You can text us like everybody else at 757, you know that area code, 291-4234, your first name and where you're watching.
Absolutely, and reminder, if you're watching this after January 30th, the text lines will be closed. We are live, folks, bringing you this primetime action here from Heritage High School. We got an exciting matchup. Real quick, Jordan Motley, our student announcer here. Jordan, what has been your impression of the game so far?
Honestly, I like the way the Denbigh's playing. I like the intensity. I had Heritage winning. This is a interesting surprise.
The Denbigh, the intensity they come out with has been very impressive, to say the least. You see Coach Chambly.
Yep, doing a great job.
It's like, Greg, you and I had a chance to speak to him before the game. I'm really impressed with this young man's poise.
Great presence. Final 20 seconds left. Almost thrown an 8-9 like the last game.
I was ready. I was going to hit it from downtown.
It seems like we're here 5 minutes ago.
No call.
And you don't want to dribble too much because you get sloppy.
Yeah, and again,
get rid of the rock.
Credit to our officials for letting the guys play. We saw a little bit of a bump right there, but they're letting these kids go out there and play hard, physical basketball.
Final 6 seconds left. We got our spotlight with Clint Scott coming up. Enjoy that. Tell your friends. We got 16 minutes of great basketball coming up after halftime. Well, keep an eye on the scoreboard, folks. 10-point lead for Denbigh. Outside jumper is off. So Denbigh leads it on the road, 37-27. Enjoy the spotlight with Clint Scott.
You don't have to apologize for who you are. Just be yourself, and I promise people will enjoy it. Just be yourself. Be your real, imperfect, flawed, quirky, weird, beautiful, and magical person you are. Be yourself. Because everyone Everyone else is already taken. Just be you.
Fusion Fitness with Alexis. Tune in weekdays 6:30 a.m., Mondays 7:30 a.m., 2:30 p.m., and 7:30 p.m.
Can I go to the sleepover?
Lucy, I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, "No thanks, not my thing."
Mom.
I promise you, your real friends won't care. Deal?
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A public service message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
When did you decide to seriously play basketball?
I was about 5 years old.
What position do you play and why?
I play point guard, I like to handle the ball, and somewhat a floor general.
Why basketball? Is there any other sports you were interested in playing?
I was interested in football, but I was just not tough enough, I guess.
So what did you do to prepare to play the game of basketball?
A lot of hard work and dedication.
What about developing your skills? What did you have to do?
I used to go to the gym a lot.
How was your freshman, sophomore year? How was those years playing?
Freshman year was tough because, coming from JV, being like the man, to coming off the bench on varsity was like a tough transition, but got through it.
What physical and mental skills should you have to play the game of basketball?
You got to be tough. It's a lot of contact in basketball. Some people don't think so, but it's a lot of contact. And mental skills, they just come naturally.
So how do you balance academics and athletics?
School comes first, but when you're good at school, you can do whatever you feel on sports.
So when you have free time, what do you enjoy doing?
I like playing games, but I get in the gym most of the time, play games afterwards, perfect my game.
Do you have any favorite basketball players that inspire you?
Dwayne Wade.
And why?
He not a point guard, but he like the floor general of every team he played for, besides right now.
So what advice would you have for any kids that want to play the game of basketball?
School first.
And what should they develop skill-wise to be ready to play?
Just a tough mindset. Can't come in weak-minded.
How do you think your team's going to do this season?
We're pretty good. We could be better, but we're pretty good. We're going to be all right.
Any particular things your team needs to work on?
Finishing games.
So what are your plans after high school?
I want to go to ODU to play basketball.
Do you have an idea what you might want to major in?
Business management.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for taking the time, and I wish you the best in your future.
All right, thanks for having me.
Bud.
Oh.
Where are you headed?
Just gonna hang out.
It's a school night. With Gary and Todd?
Yeah.
Not sure about those two. I've been meaning to ask you. This is tougher than I thought. Is there any drinking going on in this crowd?
No.
I hope not, because alcohol can lead you to say things and do things that you really wish you hadn't. Isn't this what you're supposed to say?
I know.
So if any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't. I'd do anything to keep you safe.
Okay, I will.
I hope this is working.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you.
Ryan.
Yeah?
So start the conversation even before they're teenagers.
Good idea.
For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. A message from the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration.
Hi, my name is Barbara Smith, and I'm with the Newport News Public Schools Department of Transportation. At the bus stop, students should stand away from the road in an orderly fashion and always be mindful of other people's property. While on the school bus, students should always behave, keeping their hands, heads, and any other objects inside the bus so as not to distract the driver from keeping their eyes on the road. Motorists must stop for a school bus and remain stopped until the bus's lights are off and begins to move again. Here at Transportation, our #1 objective is the safety of the children.
All right, we're live back in Newport News, Virginia at Heritage High School for our back-to-back feature showcase of Heritage, this time against Denbigh. Greg Bicaveras, Nate Milken, along with Jordan as well. And Nate, Denbigh came off with a great start.
Man, and you have to be impressed with the way Denbigh has started this game, and credit to Coach Chambly and these Patriots for coming out here and establishing the tempo, really pressing the action and being strong. And I think if you're Heritage, they kind of got caught back on their heels a bit, Jordan.
Yeah, they definitely wasn't prepared for this Denbigh team. But let's see what second half adjustments look like.
Yeah, they got to, like Jordan was saying, Greg, you know, they've got to come out here in this second half and really defend this home court.
Because each quarter's got its own, you know, tempo and story. So what kind of story are we going to see here? It's like a movie, you know, several different parts. You got your drama, you got your excitement, a little comedy maybe, a little humor.
This is the best reality show on TV.
Exactly, live basketball. We want to hear from our fans too. We're in prime time on this January 30th, Tuesday night, all over the country. Texas at 757, you know the area code, 291-4234. Tell us your first name. Start of the third quarter for Denbigh. Keep that intensity going.
They've got to keep the intensity going. I love the motion offense that we've seen so far from this squad. And for Heritage, I think Heritage has got to get this into a half-court game. They can't keep running up and down the court with Denbigh and expect to get back into this contest. They got to play a little bit of bully ball, if you will, and make it a half-court game.
Great shot right there by our crew. I'm going to call that the MVP shot of the night right there.
Beautiful shot.
Excellent shot of this beautiful gym. The 96-97. I hear Mr. 5 o'clock talking somewhere.
Behind every great shot, there's a great director somewhere. All right, yeah, there you go. Bill Barlow learning from taking a cue from Ray Price, our great staff in the truck there. Oh, man.
And we know where the paychecks come from, Bill. It ain't from you either.
Let me tell you what, as long as the check clears, I'm here.
Greg Lesko still dreaming of his days working with the Hampton City schools.
This is a fun atmosphere tonight. Like this is on and off the court. We're having fun here at Heritage High School, people.
We've had some great engineers over the years too, like
Greg Swan,
Dan Dooley.
A lot of great staff here over the years. You know, you mentioned Paul Cummins earlier.
Sure. Yep, we mentioned the Swanee.
I think it's a rule. Mr. Price has a rule. All of our engineers have to be named Greg. I think that's.
I'm the one with one G, though. Technically it's two, but G-R-E-G. Greg Bick on Twitter.
Greg Bick on Twitter and at in the number 8 MOZAIK at Nate Mosaic on Twitter. Jordan, you on Twitter?
Oh yeah, motto_million on Twitter is motto_million.
Okay, you team follow back?
Yes.
All right, so
Tweet us.
you follow Jordan. Jordan will follow you back.
No problem.
All right, final 16 minutes. Here we go. Denbigh going left to right in the blue uniforms. Trying to hold on to that 10-point lead. They don't want to get too lackadaisical, but they can milk the clock a little bit too.
Yeah, Denbigh can play with a sense of urgency, but they don't have to hurry. They don't have to rush. And that's a big advantage here starting off the second half of the game.
Two big stories in Newport News tonight. Mike Gardner not coaching for Heritage. It's Coach Scott. And the athletic director from Woodside has moved on.
And I'm wondering, we're talking about that first point, Greg, how much of the way Heritage is played is due to their coach not being here?
Because you follow the leader. Technically, you follow the leader.
And that's not a slight against Coach Scott, but he's not the head coach. And I think a team has such an attachment to that head coach. So when he's not there and he's not in your ear and when he's not yelling at you, sometimes you might not have that same intensity.
Just like we saw with Coach K, whenever he's out, Coach Capel fills in.
Yeah.
For Duke.
And Coach Capel's a great coach, but it's not the same as when Coach K is out there.
The ball coming to me this time.
Uh-oh. I was waiting for Greg to dive out there.
Look, the ball was trying to hit the headset.
This is a crucial time period right now for Heritage. They can't fall too far behind on a very tough Denbigh team right now. That was a good job by Jordan Boone getting the offensive rebound and putting it back for 2 points for the Hurricane.
Less than 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Denbigh left to right in the blue uniforms, coached by Chambly. You don't want to get a little sloppy and turn the ball over.
One of the things we talked about with Coach Chambly before the game, Greg, was what was he trying to bring to the culture of Denbigh basketball? And he said that winning attitude, that consistency. And if this is the way Denby's going to play from here on out, I think they've got a big future ahead of them.
Which hasn't been there since Coach Katufis left.
You're right.
And Katufis coached both these schools. Saw him recently at the Old Dominion basketball game. There's some cheerleaders right there as well.
Coach Katufis, our Coach K, one of the local legends around here. Touched so many programs.
Yes, he did. .634 left in the third quarter. 11-point lead for Denbigh on the road.
This is the point of the game, Greg, where like right now, it's still a manageable deficit. Heritage can still come back. But if they let Denbigh run off 4 or 5 or 6 points and it becomes something insurmountable, this is kind of that tipping point. They don't want to get into a deep hole that they've got to try to dig themselves back out of.
These are a lot of games quick. A nice layup right there from the snow and from the holidays to kind of bunch together.
Yeah, we were here last Tuesday. We're here last Friday. We're here this Tuesday, and we'll be back with another game next Tuesday. And so
your alma mater
at Mansfield and Gloucester. I'm looking forward to that contest. And I think, Greg, when you have the delays, when you have the rescheduling due to the weather, it can do one of two things. It can either keep you motivated, keep you revved up, or you can get a bit lackadaisical. And of course, folks, you're watching live primetime high school basketball action, and you can send us a text, 757-291-4234. We'll give you a shout out. We are live in prime time, folks.
And that was Scott, respectively. Now Heritage in the white. Outside jumper is up, and it's good. Shot of the game by who else? Amari Lee.
Agent Zero himself, Amari Lee, a former spotlight player here on our game of the week.
They're all trying to get on the spotlight. It's 8 o'clock on the East Coast, 5 o'clock on the West Coast.
Yes, where Regina Price is informed that it is 83 degrees out in California right now.
Must be nice. Heritage in the white uniforms. Never too early to plug the Newport News Greek Festival, May 31st to June 3rd. For more, log on to newportnewsgreekfestival.org. Save the date, folks. We'll see you there. All right. Denbigh with the ball in the blue, shooting it up and connecting. And you see Heritage kind of like jogging back across the timeline, showing a little fatigue.
Yeah, that fatigue coming into play right there. And, you mentioned the Greek Fest. That jumper from the outside, Greg, that was as sweet as a fresh plate of baklava, if you will. I've been really impressed with how Denbigh is maintaining this lead right now.
Trying to get the Tony Vincent fast break. That's a mini Tony Vincent. Yes. Wow. Mini Tony from St. Vincent's. That's a legendary. There's the crowd right there.
Man, Denbigh is taking control of this game. On the road, Greg, that might be the most impressive thing. On the road, they've taken control.
This is the best Denbigh-focused team I've seen in a long time since Sam Steen played for them.
Yeah.
When Coach Katufis coached Denbigh, he beat teams with J.R. Reed and Alonzo Mourning.
And again, Coach Chamblee trying to bring that legacy back.
Very focused Denbigh team. They'll be very proud of themselves.
Fighting for rebound.
Here comes Dunlop. He gets almost stolen away. Nice give and go to who else? Amari Lee.
Dunlap to lead. That was a nice play right there, trying to get the Canes back in the game, now down by 10. If they're going to come back, to me, it's going to have to be the tandem of Dunlap and Lee. They're going to have to be the guys to get this show back on the road.
And the officials, Powers, Perry, and Thomas. If you're watching, text us right now, 757-291-4234. Text us your first name.
I really like the aggressiveness of this Denbigh team, Greg. They're not afraid to take it into the teeth of the defense and go straight down the lane.
Hampton Road Spell Sports, nnpstv.com.
Coach Chamblee not only bringing that tutelage that he got when he was a basketball player at Hampton, but also bringing with him some of the wisdom that he gained in Raleigh, going to St. Augustine. So I've been really impressed with this young man, Nicholas Chamblee, and what he's brought to the Denbigh Patriots program.
49-38. Denbigh still holding on to a lead, Nathaniel.
Again, we hate to harp on the point, Greg, but how much does not having Coach Gardner on the sideline
big void, especially at home?
Yeah, how much did that affect Heritage?
Chamblee learned so much under Walter Brower at Hampton. The give and go is good. To who else? The Blizzard.
Nice pass from Bené Woodward to Travell Blizzard. The no-look pass. Heritage still showing some signs of life.
Nice shot off the glass. Here comes Blizzard again. Yes.
Wow.
One-man show.
This is very impressive for Heritage, but the thing is, Greg, if you're just going to trade buckets with Denbigh, that's not going to get you back into the game. You got to get some stops.
Absolutely, Nate, with 3 minutes left. We're at Heritage High School in Newport News. School's been around since 96, 97. Here's Coach Scott talking to the official. Greg Bickaveras, Nate Milton, glad you're with us. Our good friend, Jordan.
Jordan Motley here on the sidelines with us, courtside, enjoying this back and forth game. And I was talking with Jordan during the half. And Jordan, you mentioned that you felt that Denbigh was picking up momentum. How do you think the Patriots will come out of the break?
Oh, they came out like they shot out of a cannon. I feel like the momentum is going to take them to the victory.
That's right, Jordan. Definitely saying that Denbigh's got the momentum right now, Greg, and it's up to Heritage to stop it.
Outside jumper, beautiful. Whew. By number 12, Britt.
Man, Raekwon Britt, a.k.a. the chef, with a dagger from the outside.
Great outside jumper there by the Hurricanes.
There goes Benes.
There's the Tony fast break to number 10, Gilliam.
Man, we are going back and forth, up and down the court.
Tony, who played for St. Vincent's, getting a lot of shout-outs tonight.
This might be the Tony game of the year because we've seen so many fast breaks by both teams, Greg.
And more teams, you don't see as many fast breaks like you used to. You see a lot of steals, a lot of penetration, but not a lot of fast breaks.
Yeah, it seems like nowadays most of the games are being geared towards the outside shot. And I think that has a lot to do with the success of the teams like the Golden State Warriors, where you got those great outside shooters, and we see less of the up and down, going down through the lane, trying to make something happen. So it is great to see a game like this where both teams are putting the pedal to the metal.
Love the energy of Blizzard. There he is right there.
Travell Blizzard, good young player.
Nice smile on his face, very positive. Such a great means to, when you have academics and you work out your aggression on the floor. And that's where you play is sports on the field.
Academics, athletics, activities. That's what we're seeing from these young men. Not only standouts on the basketball court, but also in the classroom. Because if you don't have the grades, they're not going to put you on the court. So I've been really impressed by what these young men have brought to the table tonight.
Don't switch that channel. Keep it locked here for the final 2 minutes of the third quarter and the fourth quarter. Outside jumper off.
Heritage just not doing a good job of getting offensive rebounds.
Denbigh gets it back in there, number 4. That's Bryant.
Michael Bryant with the rebound and the putback. And I think, when you talk about the weaknesses of Heritage, one of the big ones that we see is they're just not that imposing on the inside. And if you're not getting offensive rebounds, if you're not getting defensive rebounds, then you're allowing your opponent to get extra chances to score points. And we're seeing that right now.
And you take on the personality of your coach.
Yeah. And as good as Coach Scott is, there's no replacing somebody like a Mike Gardner,
who's won state championships with the women's basketball team.
Yeah.
Less than 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Should be an exciting fourth quarter here, right here in Newport News at Heritage High School. Traveling violation. That's what's good about having 3 officials. They're on top of it.
Yeah, our officials have gotten a bit of a workout tonight, Greg. We talk about how the players are running up and down the court. These officials have been fast breaking up and down the court with them. So good job by our officiating crew tonight keeping up with this intense action. Again, this is what it's all about. Both of these teams trying to round themselves into shape before the postseason. And if Denbigh can keep playing like this, man, I think Denbigh is a team that has a bright future ahead of them, Greg.
Yes, they do. Denbigh in the blue with the ball. They pass the ball around very well, just like that to number 10, Gilliam.
That ball movement is just incredible right now. I think you're right, Greg. I haven't seen a Denbigh team perform like this since those Katubas days.
When they had Carlos Hurd.
Yeah, Carlos Hurd was a heck of a player. We see Heritage trying to get back into the game with our man number 0, Agent 0, Amari Lee.
Heritage had a great player in Bruce Royal.
Bruce Royal was a beast on the inside. I remember just the toughness he brought to the game.
That was Coach Chamblee for Denbigh. Denbigh up by 12, trying to improve it.
Wow.
Backdoor, no good. They're hustling. 36 seconds left in the third quarter. Glad you're with us in Newport News at Heritage High School.
This motion offense, Greg, you mentioned the ball movement. It reminds me of like a San Antonio Spurs, where they're making at least 3 or 4 passes before somebody takes a shot, and that's how you can get defenses off of the game.
All right, Fazoli's, they feed our crew, let them feed you. Thank you, Michelle, who represents Fazoli's in Newport News and Chesapeake. Give them a call at 596-4324. For more, log on to Fazoli's.com. Get some pizza, pasta, salads, and breadsticks and cookies today.
I tell you what, again, shout out to Michelle and the crew with, yes, Fazoli's. They feed our crew, let them feed yours. There is nothing like pizza and basketball when you combine them, when you put them together. So head over to Fazoli's.com and tell them Nate and Greg sent you.
You got it. Nate's still waiting for his driver. But we got him here somehow.
Yeah, I was looking for somebody that could lift my spirits, Greg. I couldn't find anybody today.
You need it. Denbigh, of course, full of energy. Our new expression is now, better Nate than never.
Better Nate than never. I might put that on a bumper sticker. Anytime I'm late somewhere.
The score is 61-49. 12-point deficit for Heritage at home. Live basketball on NNPS TV. Cox Cable 47, hello. Verizon 517, hello. YouTube, hello. NNPSTV.com, hello. Thanks for watching.
Watch us live coast to coast.
Gotta get that ball in. And Coach Chamblee saying, get the ball in bounds. Don't give Heritage any breaks. Those are mental errors, Nate.
I tell you, and while they've got the lead, they can't afford to make any mistakes because Heritage is a team, especially at home, that can get right back into this game with some of the players they have. So, yes, I like to see the fire right there from Coach Chamblee getting on his guys.
Grassroots of basketball right here, and they might hold it to the last shot. I don't know why you're down by 12. They watch LeBron do the same thing. They all want to be like LeBron.
Benet Woodard.
There's only one LeBron, as Isaiah Thomas is finding out. Get Nate's thoughts about Isaiah in the fourth quarter. That's it. The bomb. Nope. All right, we're in the fourth quarter now. It is Denbigh on the road, 61, Heritage 49. Stay tuned.
Serving the community can have a big impact on society. Everyone loves when someone takes time out of their day to spend time, either just hanging out or helping out. There are many different people to serve, from kids to the elderly, the homeless to your next door neighbor. And the best part about serving is that it spreads. So take time to serve someone else, to serve your community, and to do your part.
Beautiful Heritage High School in Newport News. Nate, we got a good ball game, but it's been pretty much Denbigh holding on to that double-digit lead.
Yeah, the game hadn't gotten out of hand, but Denbigh has had a significant lead for most of this ball game, Greg. And I think if you're Denbigh, you want to keep your pedal to the metal, run through the tape, finish this game. That's been one of the problems for the Patriots this season, is closing out games. This is a prime opportunity on primetime TV to close out a ball game. And there you know Coach Nicholas Chambly and these Patriots don't want to let this opportunity slip through their fingers.
He means business too, folks.
Sharp dress man too. I need some fashion tips.
And Heritage gets the steal. Dunlop, too hard. We mentioned college basketball, Virginia, Villanova doing very well.
Yeah.
NBA, Celtics, and of course, Golden State.
Yeah, and of course, like you mentioned in the last quarter, Greg, the drama in Cleveland, which seems to always be going on. Isaiah Thomas, Kevin Love, and of course the King, LeBron James. Be interesting to see if they make any changes before the trade deadline.
LeBron's made it very clear to Isaiah Thomas, you're not playing for the Celtics where it's a one-man show. He brings nothing to the table defensively, and the national media is ripping Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, and Isaiah Thomas was a great player in Boston, but that was when it was his team. This is LeBron James' team. You're not going to come in and tell LeBron James what to do.
Or Dwayne Wade.
Or Kevin Love, for that matter.
Right.
These are guys that have won championships while you've won nothing. So
you have to still play defense.
You got to become a part of a team and not expect the team just to follow you.
Reverse.
Ooh.
By who else? The Blizzard.
Travell Blizzard with a move that, dare I say it, Jordan, that was a ice-cold move by the Blizzard man.
61-51, still a 10-point lead. Debbie's got to watch it because that, with a three-point shot, it can change rapidly.
But if you're Heritage, you got to make those free throws count.
Oh, get stuck again. They'll have no trouble getting it out, though.
Twice in one night.
Girls. Looks like one of Ray Price's shots.
This has been one of the crazier nights in basketball I can remember, Greg.
Love these long tables here in Heritage by the athletic department, respectively.
Feels like we're in medieval times, sitting at one of those long tables in the dining room.
Nate's not cooking, though, folks. This is all hustle here. All hustle and grit. Blizzard has a nose for the basketball.
Hey, there was a call for snow in the forecast. We didn't get any on the road, but we're getting a blizzard here tonight in this gym.
A blizzard mixed with a hurricane.
That's pretty intimidating, a blizzard and a hurricane at the same time.
You're going to watch that aggressive walking there. 6:51 left in this game. We're in the fourth quarter. Greg Bickaveris, Nate Milton, glad you're with us. Text us a high at 757-291-4234. Tell us your first name. 291-4234.
Get a shout out live primetime TV.
On this January 30th, Tuesday night in Hampton Roads.
And again, Greg, to me, there you see Coach Scott for the Heritage Hurricanes filling in for Coach Gardner tonight. But if you are Denbigh and Coach Chambly, as you see right there, this has got to be worrying you just a little bit because you know you haven't been able to hold on to leads, and this is a situation where I can easily see Heritage scores a couple buckets, get some confidence, and we got a whole new ball game.
Absolutely. It's like a chess match. Officials talking to Coach Scott. Coach Scott's not buying what he's selling. You can tell by his body language. He is not buying what he's selling.
Trying to explain something to me. You can see the look on his face. Like, boy, bye.
He knows he's on live TV as well. Greg Bick on Twitter. All right, this is number 2.
Jakari Wilkins.
For Denbigh. Trying to get this lead even higher and higher.
I wonder was the tech called on Coach Scott or was it on one of the players?
65-53.
Either way, Coach Scott is clearly not happy.
His team is losing at home. The whole point of basketball is win at home, steal one on the road.
Yeah, protect the home court, steal one on the road. And we've seen Denbigh come in here, and they're aggressively trying to steal one on the road from the Heritage Hurricanes.
Offense, defense, bench support. Jumper, good. Denbigh is hot.
It was a nice screen and roll play by Denbigh and Jakari Williams, the beneficiary.
They give it to Blizzard. It goes out of bounds. With 6:28 left in the game. Greg Bick, Nate Milton, glad you're with us.
You see the animated coach Nicholas Chambly for the Denbigh Patriots.
And the shot is up and good by number 10, the floater by Heritage. Boom. And the give and go is good by Denbigh's number 12, Britt.
That's been the key for Denbigh all night, Greg. Not just making the extra pass, but making the correct pass. And the way that they've been unselfish, that to me has been the difference in this Denbigh team.
Absolutely. Some great players on the Peninsula basketball over the years. The great Anthony Solomon who went to Warwick. David Hagan in Menchville. Tim Logan who went to Phoebus. Tim Beckwith who went to Phoebus. Of course, Boo Williams.
There you see, folks, rising 11th graders. If you are interested in TV production, you can call Telecom for more information or to schedule a tour, 757-591-4687.
Look, we got Bill Barlow, the picture of him in the far corner.
Come work with the great Bill Barlow or the great Greg Lesko. Again, 757-591-4687, extension 0. Again, it's 5 p.m. somewhere, people. But Jordan, real quick, you are enrolled in the program for rising 11th graders. Let them know what they might be in for.
Well, you're going to experience the work in new technology and it's open doors for you that you never thought you'd get open.
Just being in high school. College credit while you're at it.
That too.
Nice shot there by the Hurricanes. Still 12-point lead, Nate, for Denbigh with the ball. We're in the fourth quarter, too.
Heritage still has plenty of time to come back, Greg, but it's getting like the sands are falling through the hourglass, my friend.
Clock is ticking. Live basketball on TV. Oh, Denbigh milking the clock.
Wow.
And Dunlap steals it. Tico a little bit too aggressive.
Tico Dunlap, the spark plug for this Heritage Hurricanes team. And you mentioned the clock, Greg. The difference between high school basketball and the professional game, for those out there that might be watching high school basketball for one of their first times, is the shot clock. There is no shot clock. So if Denbigh wants to, they can run the clock out. They can go to that old Dean Smith four corners offense and run the clock down. So Heritage has got to be proactive here and take this game if they want to come back and win at home.
Heritage right now trying to cut it, trying to cut it underneath 10 points.
If you get it to single digits, then you can start working. Maybe, hit a three here or there as we see Tico Dunlap going for his second free throw.
You have to remember, too, folks, for our crew, when you do 64 minutes, that's 16 more minutes than a football game. So we're doing a doubleheader at 16 more game minutes than a football game.
Yeah.
So I want to thank our great crew, led by Michelle Price, Ray Price, and of course, Bill Barlow, Greg Lesko, Carl Daniels, and company.
Yes, and I will shout out our student crew here tonight. Of course, we got Derek Miracle. We got Mark Brown, Javier Rodriguez, Darren D.C. Cooper, the X-Man, Xavier Davis, Colin. Don't call him Biggie Smalls, Jordan. Don't you do it. Don't do it. We got Jordan Motley here courtside with us. We got Gabe Odachowski, and of course, my man, Jason Hoyle. Great job by our student crew tonight. And folks, these are 11th and 12th graders that are bringing you this action, bringing you the sights and sounds. They're doing a wonderful job tonight with our adult staff and our student crew.
5:28 left. That's something to be said. This is 16 minutes longer than a football game when you've got the girls and boys basketball.
And not only that, but these kids have spent all day in school, Greg. They've spent all day at school. What time did you get up to go to school this morning, Jordan?
I got up at 5:15.
Man, it's been up since 5:15, folks. Still going strong. These students have done a wonderful job tonight, bringing you back-to-back basketball action here live on Channel 47, Verizon Fios 17, and of course, NNPSTV.com from Boston to Boise, Philly to Fredericksburg. You know what time it is.
Don't forget about
NNPSTV.com.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Hampton Road Spell Sports, NNPSTV.com.
And what you're seeing now is Denbigh's going into the four corners.
Yep.
We mentioned in the last game they're milking the clock.
No shot clock in high school.
They're doing what Dean Smith did at Carolina for all those years when he took on Norm Sloan at NC State and Carl Tacey at Wake Forest, and of course Coach K at Duke and Coach Foster at Clemson and Duke. Terry Holland at Virginia. They all face the four corners. And now Denbigh is giving it to Heritage. On the road. And well executed.
Yep. You mentioned Virginia real quick, Greg. I got to give a shout out to what Virginia's been doing in the ACC.
And right there, yes, Blizzard. Coach Bennett doing a great job.
I've been very surprised by the turnaround the last couple of years for the Cavaliers. They are a legitimate threat.
There it is. The Tony St. Vincent's fast break. Exactly what Tony used to do. Number 5, Woodard. Copying what Tony from St. Vincent did.
Woodard doing his best Tony from St. Vincent impression. Trying to get back into this ball game. Great job by the young man.
Running gun, that's what we're saying. Another Tony. Ooh. That was a miss by Britt. He needs to watch it, could have fallen on his head.
Raekwon, the chef, was trying to cook something up right there. Good job, though, by Heritage getting back on defense and putting a stop to it. All right, Denbigh got in the passing lane, got the steal, and Britt is wide open. Nobody in between him, but out of nowhere.
And that ball almost got stuck, too.
Great job by the Heritage Hurricanes in pursuit right there, because Raekwon, the chef, was about to cook up a delicious dunk sandwich for these fans out here.
He's telling the crowd to shh. Glad you're with us, folks. Cox Gable 47, 517, NNPSTV.com. Great job, our crew in the truck. They do a great job. They get here early, set up.
This is the problem, Greg. You know, every time Heritage starts to get back into the game, one mistake, one steal, and it just continues to build that deficit.
The Blizzard, no.
They might be running out of gas right about now, Greg.
Yep, they need some premium for sure. Nate, you walked to work a few times too. Have you walked to work in the rain before?
I walked to work in the rain. I was like that old song by Orange Juice Johnson, walking in the rain.
Well, I saw you walking in the rain.
I saw you and him walking in the rain. I think a lot of our listeners are too young to remember Orange Juice Jones.
Never heard
I know Jordan Motley's never heard of him.
Never heard of Orange.
I had to put it on the Spotify list.
Gotcha.
Our player of the game for Denbigh, I would say, has to be Nate Milton. Give the honors, I'll do Heritage.
I think for Denbigh, it's difficult because there's been such a great game. There you see him right there, though. Number 24, our spotlight player, Clint Scott. Clint Scott, to me, is the player of the game, but they've had so many contributions from guys like Jakari Wilkins, Lamont Henderson, Darius Tunnel. Great team effort by Denbigh.
And for Heritage, it'll go to the Blizzard.
Yeah, the Blizzard, man, had a good game tonight, but unfortunately, it wasn't enough because it looks like Denbigh is on their way to some. I think a lot of people consider it an upset, Greg, coming in here on the road.
Anytime you win on the road, it's an upset. Absolutely.
Heritage.
This is going to be a signature win if Denbigh gets it.
Yeah.
Heritage can't buy a basket right now.
Not only a signature win for Denbigh, but a signature win in the young coaching career of Nicholas Chambly, Greg.
74-65, but it's not over yet.
I think Heritage is starting to get a little bit frustrated now. I think that foul is more out of frustration than anything else. They realize that it's going to be tough to get back into this thing. They're probably going to lose on their home court. It's not the way they saw things panning out tonight. But you can't be frustrated. You can't allow that to get in here. And then you see Coach Scott calming things down, trying to get his guys in a mental space, bringing Blizzard out of the game, focusing on these boys.
Blizzard has given his all, his mind, body, spirit. Playing just as good as any player I've seen in Newport News in a long time. This kid has played excellent for Heritage.
Great game tonight by Travell Blizzard. But
number 23, Travell Blizzard.
Yeah,
there he is.
You see him.
Right there on the bench. He is a competitor. This kid you're watching right now will take this in the business world and do very well. Very proud of this young man right here. He is a fighter, folks. You can learn from him. How you can learn from him is he doesn't give up. His desire, his attitude. I wish his coach would move out of the way. His spirit. He is a fighter. That helps you in academics, athletics, activities. He wants to win. He's going to win in life, and you're seeing a winner right there, folks.
You can see him. He can't even sit still. He wants to get back on the court so badly tonight.
Like a boxer.
Yeah, like a boxer in the corner in between rounds.
Yeah, the trainer's talking to him.
This will be a learning experience for him.
That was great video work by our crew there. You're seeing human, raw emotion from our kids in the Newport News schools. His parents should be very proud of him. He has given his mind, body, and spirit to this game tonight. Whether he wins or loses, he has given 110%. He has been a joy to broadcast this game with tonight.
Like we always say, Greg,
that was our shot of the game by far.
Sports is the ultimate reality show. We don't need a script here. We don't need a playbook. We don't need something that is fabricated. This is real emotion here on both sides. You see it both from Blizzard and also from the Denbigh team. You're seeing real emotions, and that's why sports is something that can't be replicated, can't be duplicated, and it can't be fabricated.
And it's more transparent when you watch basketball. Like we said, there's no helmets to hide.
Exactly.
There's no baseball caps to wear. There's no hoodies.
No, you can feel the emotion coming through your TV screens, folks. This is real.
And we want to give a shout out to Boogie Cousins. He's out for the year.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You and I saw him play 4 years ago.
Boogie Cousins and Anthony Davis, a good team in New Orleans that had the foundation.
He was playing for Sacramento back then. With who else? Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, Isaiah Thomas, yep. And we had a chance to go up to D.C. and check out a great game. But I think Boogie Cousins is a player that, with the right team and the right system, he can be a big-time player in the NBA.
At the free throw line for Denbigh is Tunnel. I think he likes all the HOV lanes tonight.
He's got the easy pass tonight, my friend. And again, another, taking these technical foul shots.
This is Wilkins. Even the referees are spent. They got the VHSL logo.
I tell you, everybody's giving 110% tonight, even our officials.
Wilkins again. Denbigh's played 110% as well. Denbigh has not let their foot off the pedal since day one in the first quarter.
I think this is the close as it gets, Greg. It's been 10 points here, maybe 9 points, but they've always had that cushion, and you got to give a lot of credit to the Denbigh Patriots, but not taking their foot off the gas pedal.
Surviving the emotion of Blizzard. Heritage is just tired right now. They're spent.
Yeah. And the thing you don't want to see if you're Heritage, you don't want to see these guys lose their composure. You know, they played hard, unfortunately, it didn't go their way. There's a lesson that they can learn from this, though, Greg.
76-65. Denbigh trying to milk the clock, which they should. It's great coaching strategy. Chamblee's got a lot of great poise as a coach.
I've been really impressed with Nicholas Chamblee tonight.
Like the strategy, it's like a chess match.
Yeah. And like you said, a team takes on the personality of their coach, and this team is definitely taking on the personality of Coach Chamblee.
Excellent shot by number 5. The tunnel.
There he is, tunnel. Pack your bags. He's going on a trip, folks.
Here come the blue. Out of bounds. We're down to 1:55 left. 78-65. I want to thank our viewers as well.
Absolutely. Appreciate everybody checking us out live on nnpstv.com as well as YouTube, Newport News Telecom channel, Cox 47, Verizon Fios 17.
Nice shot right there by number 5. Woodard, he's played very well. Him and Blizzard a good 1-2 punch.
Woodard, Blizzard, and Amari Lee, they're not giving up. That's the one thing you can credit Heritage with. They're not quitting.
I think they need to get the ball more into Tico Dunlap's hands in the future.
I'm a fan of Tico Dunlap.
I like Tico.
We've had a chance to do 2 games here at Heritage, Greg. To me, Tico Dunlap is somebody that has the potential to do big things. I like his enthusiasm, his athleticism, and what he brings to this team. He's not the biggest guy. You see him right there, number 3 on your screen. He's not the biggest guy on the court, but he might have one of the biggest motors and the biggest hearts out there.
And the public watching, great sportsmanship by both of the schools. Excellent conduct by all these young men out here playing. To me, that's what the most important thing is, how you treat your fellow man. And these kids are doing very well. Great behavior by all the schools. We look forward to Menchville coming up as we do the game in honor of the late Ben Moore, girls and boys. Ben was a neighbor of mine in Riverside and a great gentleman. He had some great rivalries against George Walters, Pop Pitts at Menchville, his good friend Dennis Katufis, Walter Brower, Revis Conrad at Kickitan. So many great rivalries Ben Moore had. In fact, we did Menchville versus Kickitan way back in the day. We did Hampton and Menchville with Curry. Of course, Iverson and Bethel won the state championship in football too. Shout out to Coach Kaz. This is it, folks, the grassroots of basketball. 78-68, still at the advent of the 3. It's still not over, but the hourglass is ticking.
Yeah, I was going to say, the clock is not the friend of Heritage. And you know, going back real quick to Coach Moore, one of my favorite games that we've ever done, Greg, was a couple years ago where we had the chance to do Warwick versus Menchville, the return, if you will, of Coach Moore.
That was probably the most electrifying game ever.
That atmosphere in that gym that night, it's something that can't be duplicated.
Ben Moore against his old school.
Such a fun game. Again,
he was a Raider through and through.
Coach Moore is such a great gentleman, and it'll be nice to pay homage, pay tribute to him in our next game with Menchville and Gloucester.
Absolutely. Ben was a big supporter of all sports. See the cheerleaders there respectively.
This is a good win for Denbigh and Coach Chamblee. You know, he told us that they had trouble closing games out. Not tonight, Greg.
They've been focused from the onset. Excellent game. They've been smiling the entire game. I mean, these kids are happy. Look at that smile.
It's always easier to smile when you're winning.
They're not at the dentist's office either. .57 seconds left. Join us for the 5th quarter. Nate and I will do the post-game show. Woodard off the glass, no. The George Walters court here at Heritage High School, Newport News. Ball goes out of bounds into the hands of Denbigh. And back to Heritage. Missed by the Hurricanes. And off the glass and good by Lee.
Mari Lee missed the three-pointer, but he was able to get that two-pointer to go.
28 seconds left. Heritage is really fighting for this.
A lot of heart.
Nate's packing up like he's going to Canada again. This time he's going to come back.
Hey, it's a little chilly here, but it's not Canada cold, so I think I'll stick around here for a while.
Canada was cold to you as well.
Yes, Canada was extremely cold, Greg, in many ways.
I've been there before. It's very nice, though.
And Toronto is a beautiful city, though. Toronto is one of the more interesting cities I've ever been to.
My family and I went to the Montreal Olympics when I was 10. Actually, I was 9 at the time. And 10 that year.
The food up there is
yeah.
Excellent.
We'll take a break, come back to wrap it up in the final 26 seconds. Respectively, Nathaniel, as he's packing to get a ride back from the best driver in the world.
I called a professional limo service tonight. I can't keep him waiting, Greg.
Tips are appreciated, Nate. Outside, it's cold. Inside, it's been hot for Denbigh tonight on the road. Denbigh up by a comfortable 10-point lead. They have been on fire since the outset. Here's Dunlop. Outside jumper is going to be good. With 21 seconds. Game's not over yet. And Coach Chambly is saying, why let up now? Let's try to close the deal, seal it. It ain't over till the final zeros.
Till the clock reads all zeros, but I've been really impressed with the effort tonight by Denbigh. Jordan, we talked about it, man. It's not easy to come on the road and be this impressive.
It's not easy at all, especially with a good team like Heritage, but I felt like the Denbigh's energy throughout the whole game helped get the job done.
Yeah, and like Greg and I were talking about, having Coach Gardner not here, we don't know how much that plays into the morale of a team. Coach Scott and the guys out here did their best, but, when your leader is not here, it makes a difference, Greg.
That's a huge impact.
Sure does. You follow the leader. It's very simple. High school, college, pro basketball, whether it's a youth league. We reference a lot Tony from St. Vincent's. It starts at that grassroots, like when I played at St. Andrews, or you played Pee Wee basketball too.
Yep.
I played for Carter Ficklin. It was a long time, NFL enthusiast of the Redskins and long time high school official.
Yep. We've had a chance to do a few games with Carter as officiated over the years.
Unfortunately, he had a stroke, and we wish him the best. At least he's still alive.
Yeah, part of the community. And I think that's sports and athletics, particularly when you talk about high school, it brings so much of the community together. And so that's why I love bringing games like these to people.
We'll see what the strategy is, the final 21 seconds. Coach Scott trying to get something out of this Heritage team. Might be a little bit too late. Denbigh's strategy is keeping the guys back this time.
Denbigh not trying to give up any easy.
This is Gilliam for Denbigh. He misses. They want to just get out of Dodge with a win.
Yeah, and again, this has been a very impressive win tonight by the Denbigh Patriots. I don't think most people saw this coming for them to come out. And it's been from the very beginning, Greg. They were out and running.
Denbigh giving their own State of the Union tonight.
You could say as a presidential effort tonight by the Patriots.
Absolutely, and they are the Patriots. Too late to chew the clock up now. They're just trying to go for a layup, and they make it. Here comes the fast break. Steal by Heritage. It almost doesn't matter if they miss. It'll probably be over. They shoot it up again and make it. And that's it. 81-77 is the final. Denbigh wins it. We'll be back after these messages.
You don't have to change just to fit in. You You don't have to apologize for who you are. Just be yourself, and I promise people will enjoy it. Just be yourself. Be your real, imperfect, flawed, quirky, weird, beautiful, and magical person you are. Be yourself. Because everyone else is already taken. Just be you.
All right, Denbigh wins it on the road, 81-77. Greg Bickavaris, Nate Milton, Jordan with you. Glad you're with us here live on TV, as well as Cox Cable 47517, NMPSTV.com. It was all Denbigh. Really impressed by Scott for Denbigh, as well as, of course, Blizzard for Heritage.
Yeah, this was a big win tonight for the Denbigh Patriots and Coach Chamblee. You know, guys, Kendrick Lamar's got a big song out called DNA, and tonight DNA stood for Denbigh's non-relenting attack. The way they got to the basket, I was very impressed by that. And you know, on the Heritage side of things, good effort by Blizzard and Lee and some of those other guys. But at the end of the day, Denbigh came out, did what they had to do, and it was a great win for the Patriots.
Very good. Once again, Denbigh wins it on the road in high fashion, 81-77 in the Newport News City Showcase from Heritage High School in Newport News. So for Ray Price, Jordan, Motley, Nate Milton, I'm Greg Bickavaris. We'll talk to you soon. Good night.